3 weeks ago, I turned 101. This morning, I got up on my own, made my own tea, and walked my mile before breakfast. In the same neighborhood I've lived in for 60 years. My son is 77. He wants me to carry one of those alert buttons. I told him I'll wear one when he beats me to the corner and back. If you watching this, I'd guess somebody's worried about you. Maybe it's your own reflection. Maybe it's your children asking one too many questions. Maybe it's you, wide awake at 3 in the morning, doing the arithmetic on how many good years you've got left. I know that arithmetic. I did it every night for a year after I lost my sister Eleanor. Eleanor was 2 years older, and she was the strong one. Raised 3 kids nearly alone. Ran a bakery out of her kitchen. Never sat still a day in her life. And then, slowly, she just stopped. First her sleep went, exhausted all day, wide awake all night. Then her strength. Then her spirit went with it. She spent her last 4 years in a recliner, and the woman who used to carry everyone else rang a little bell for someone to bring her tea. That was 40 years ago, and I still hear that bell. I sat with her every Sunday, and driving home I made myself a promise. Not me, not that recliner. So here is what I actually changed. Plainly, the way I wish somebody had told Eleanor. First, rest is not laziness, it's repair. Eleanor and I were raised to believe a good woman keeps moving until she drops. But your body doesn't rebuild while you're pushing. It rebuilds while you sleep. So I made my sleep sacred. Same hour every night, like church. That's when the mending happens. And I've kept that appointment for 40 years. Second, I learned to set my worry down. Worry is heavy, and I carry decades of it in my shoulders without ever calling it by name. Stewing all night pushes the body the wrong way all day. So every evening, I sit quietly for 10 minutes before bed. No television, no fretting, just still. I wasn't used to it. Now I can't sleep without it. And third, the one I defend hardest, purpose. The hardest year of my life wasn't losing Eleanor. It was the year after, when I quietly decided I was finished too. Nobody needed me, so what was the use? What pulled me back was a knock at the door. A young mother down the street asking if I could watch her daughter for 1 hour on Tuesdays. That little girl is a grandmother herself now, and I'm still here because that hour became a reason to get up, a reason to sleep right, a reason to be strong enough for tomorrow. That's the whole engine. Rest to repair, stillness to stop the stewing, and somebody who'd notice by noon if your kitchen light didn't come on. That's why I'm walking my mile tomorrow instead of ringing the bell for tea. Not because I skipped getting old. I'm 101. Believe me, I didn't. But because I learned what my sister never got told. Now do something for me. In the comments, tell me your age and where you watching from. And tell me who you gonna check on this week. I read every single one. And what you tell me decides what we talk about next.